Hello, time for math. Let's go over our money today. I brought a bunch of money with me, and could you ask your parents if they had some change at home that you could use today? You could use a couple of pennies, nickels, and dimes. How do you know which is which? Well, Abraham Lincoln is on the penny. What color is the penny? Bronze or brown. And on the back is a shield. That's the penny, and it's worth 1 cent. See if you could find some pennies. Can you find any nickels? Who's on the nickel? Thomas Jefferson. And on the back, Monticello. Now, we did talk about in class how on the back of some of the nickels is a different picture. This one was made in 2012. How much is a nickel worth? Yes, 5 cents. And the color? Silver. Now this is the smallest of the 3 coins. And this is a what? This is a dime. It has 3 torches on the back. And Theodore Roosevelt is on the dime. Do you remember that poem? It goes like this. Lincoln, penny, Roosevelt, dime, Jefferson, nickel, one more time. Lincoln, penny, Roosevelt, dime, Jefferson, nickel, that's our rhyme. I know you know this one. As you continue to get a few coins, we'll do one more song. Also, while you're gathering things, go into your binder and find this. On the back, it also has the actual coin pictures if you're not quite ready for just their name and amount. Penny, penny, easily spent, copper, brown, and worth 1 cent. Let's go to the nickel. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat, worth 5 cents. I know that. This one. Dime, dime, little and thin. I remember. You're worth 10. And then we have not talked about the quarter yet. All right, you got your coins? Okay, when we have a bunch of coins, the first thing that we need to do is separate them. So separate them. You can use the picture side or the word side. Separate them into their blocks. So my pennies would go up here. My nickels would go over here. And my dime would go down here. Now that I've separated them, I count the coin that is worth the most first. So that would be what? Well, for me, that would be 1 dime. Now, you don't have to use all the coins that your family gave you. Just put a couple in each spot, and then we'll see if we can count them. So I have 1 dime, so that gives me 10. Now, my next coin that's worth the next amount, the next highest amount would be the nickel. I happen to have 2 nickels. Now, I have to jump from a dime to a nickel. So I have to count by 5s. So 10 plus 5 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 1 nickel. 5 more. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if you notice, we were counting by 10s, then we stopped and we started counting by 5s. 10, 15, 20. Okay, so those are my nickels. Now I'm going to go to my pennies. 21, 22. So pause the video and count how many coins are on your mats. How'd you do? Tell me how much you had. Now have somebody at home check you. and then have them give you a high five. Good job. All right, the next thing I want you to find in your binder, you can set this aside. Oh, mine's right here. The next thing I want you to find is your hundreds, tens, and ones. Let's do our cheer together. Stand up. Okay, you're gonna face my back. Okay, so here we go. We're going this way first. Hundreds to the left, tens to the left, ones to the right. Stand up, sit down, get it right. So we know that when we have a 2-digit number, we have a tens column and a ones column. But when we add an extra digit, it gives us another column. So when we have 3 numbers, we have to say 100 or 200 before our number. Now we still count the same way. These numbers don't change. It's just that we added a 1 in front of them. So now instead of just having 1 and 2-digit numbers, we have 3-digit numbers. So let's start with 90 and let's count to 110. Let's do our shoulder taps. Ready, go. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Keep going. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. Now my numbers 1 through 10 stayed the same, except I put a 1 in front. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. So I now have a hundreds column, tens column, ones column. Now when we are writing those numbers, each number goes in a column. Now you don't always have those words above your numbers, but for now while we're learning, it's okay. So take out your marker and write the number that I tell you. Write the number 123. 123. So that means that there is 100, 2 tens, and 3 ones. 123. Okay, I'm going to erase because I wrote really big. If you have room, that's fine. Here we go. This one's a little tricky. 105. 105. 105 looks like this. It's 100 0 tens and 5 ones. Now, if we put the 1 in the tens column, that is not 105. That is 15 because there's not 3 columns. So we do have to have the 0 to hold our spot in the tens column. Okay, let's do another one. 16. Now that is only 2 digits. 16. There's no hundreds column. And notice that is 1 10 and 6 ones. Okay, one more. 138. Try it. 138. 100, 3 tens, and 8 ones. 138. Now let's look at 138 and let's talk about the before and the after. Guess what? These are cookie numbers. I wish I could share these with you through the camera, but maybe if you have some type of cookie at home or some type of little sweet treat, you could tell your parents that at school, for cookie numbers, I do give you a little sweet treat if you get it right. Do your parents know what a cookie number is? A cookie number means the before and the after number to the number we're given. Why do we call it a cookie number? Because the number I'm going to give you is the cream. And your child is going to tell me the before and the after, which is the cookie. So I'm going to give you the cream. You tell me the before and the after. Now here's the thing. You find cookie numbers past 100 the same way you find them before 100. So when we were only on this chart, if I said 2, you would say the before number is 1. You would say the after number is 3. Same as 102. The before is 101. The after is 103. Let's compare this. Let's compare 32. The before, 31. The after, 33. So let's look at 132. The before, 131. The after, 132. Okay, we're going to do some on the board. If you want to find them on here and color them in, that's fine. Make sure you're listening and do not draw pictures, because then you're not getting what you need to out of the lesson, and you might miss a cookie number. That would be so sad. All right, so I have some cookie numbers written up here on my board. I have 134. So if it is easier for me, I can cover up the 1 and I can say, what comes before 34? I know, 33. All right, then what comes before 134? 133. Okay, what comes after 34? Oh, I know, 35. Okay, then what comes after 134? 135. And then you get a cookie. All right, let's do another one. What comes before 140? 139. That's always a tricky jump. How did you do? Before the 0 comes a 9, and that is always a tricky jump. And if it's a 9, then it means it's the family before the 40 family, which was the 30 family. 140, what comes after? 141. 142, before? 141. After? 143. Are you getting your cookies? Only if you get it right now. Somebody's going to need to check your work. No free cookies. If you miss one, that's all right. Catch it up on the next one. 126. What comes before? 125. After? 127. Okay, 119. Before? Yes, 118. 118. After? 120. Did you get that? 120, 118, 119, 120. Hope you got some cookies or another sweet treat. If you didn't have cookies, we'll pretend that they were Oreo cookies. Okay, so let's go ahead now and take a look at your math paper. All right, so the math paper today is 121 and 122. There's a couple things you can do on your own after the video. Circle the teeny tiny t's so that after the video you can add and subtract. Remember, when we add, our number gets bigger. When we take away, our number gets smaller. Clocks The hour hand shows the number, the regular number that it's pointing to, 6, 3, 12, 9. The minute hand touches the minute, and when it's touching the 12, it says o'clock, which we write as 00. So I have this clock with me today, and you can see there's 60 minutes on a clock. And when both hands are on the 12, then that reads 12, 0, 0. If only the minute hand was on the 12 and my hour hand was on the 1, then my minute hand would read, my hour hand would read 1, but my minute is still 0, 0. So you do very well on o'clocks. So you can finish those after the video also. I want to help you with the dot cards. The addition dot cards are pretty simple, but the subtraction dot cards can get tricky. So we're going to do the dot cards together. The first dot card we're going to look at is, now my colors are different, but so just focus on the numbers. So you're looking at 3 and 5. Now, when we're going to make two addition sentences from this, and addition is easy because they can just be reversed. We call them twins. So the first one that you're going to write is the right plus the right plus the left equals all of them. So say it with me. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Write it. So we're right here. You're going to do these later. Right. 3 plus 5 equals, 3 plus 5 equals 8. Then they turn the card around. Shoop. And now you're going to write I think I'm showing it to you backwards. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this right on the camera. So this reads 3 plus 5 equals 8. Now you flip it over, and now the second one will read 5 plus 3 equals 8. Okay, so go ahead and write that. And then I'm going to help you with subtraction. We've actually done these same dot cards before. I don't know if you remember, but we've done these same dot cards before. Subtraction does get trickier. For subtraction, you need the biggest number possible to start with. So we're going to start with the whole card, which we've already added them, so we know it's 8. So you've already done your addition. You've already done 3 plus 5 equals 8, and you've already done 5 plus 3 equals 8. These were able to switch. Those are called twins. Now we're doing subtraction. 8 minus, starts this way, 8 minus 3 equals 5. 8 minus 3 equals 5. Now we do switch the card, but we still have to start with the biggest number possible when we subtract, which is 8. So now it will read 8 minus 5 equals 3. And it's these numbers that crisscrossed. For addition, it was these numbers, but for subtraction, it's these numbers. Okay, let's move on to the next dot card. Your addition will be what? 2 plus 6 equals 8. Flip it. 6 plus 2 equals 8. Now subtraction. Remember, for subtraction, you need the biggest number possible. So it is 8 minus, do it this way first, this side which is 2, equals this side, which is 6. Then we're going to flip these two numbers. Again, we start with the biggest number possible. 8 minus 6 equals 2. So these numbers were the same. All right, I hope you were able to write that on your paper. So you'll do this afterwards. You should have done this now. Now let's flip it over. At the top, you need to write the cookie numbers. 119, what comes before, what comes after. If you're not sure, you can pull out your counting chart that's in your binder. Ruler, you're going to need your ruler today. So you want this side that says, can you read it? Oh, it doesn't say it on here. But you want the side that says inch, and it goes to 12. We are not using the centimeter side. The centimeter side is 30. We're not using that. We're using inches. This is a foot. How many inches in a foot? 12. Remember, from 0 to 1 is 1 inch. From 1 to 2 is 2 inches. 2 to 3 is 3 inches. 4 inches. 5 inches. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 inches in a foot. So the poem goes like this. Inch, foot, stop, kaput. 12 inches in a foot. You are going to measure the American goldfinch from the head to the tail. So you're going to start at the 0 if you have a 0. If you don't, then you're just going to start at the edge. You're going to line it up with the top and see what number it ends at. Do the same for the ruby-throated hummingbird. Start at the 0 and see what number it ends up at. Number 3, do your money. You know how to do these. 10, and then 10 more gives you, now you're jumping to a nickel. 5 more gives you, and then a penny. Okay, go ahead and I want you to do those things. You may do those after the video. I have one more thing to tell you to do today, and that is speed drill. So I believe it is, it might be before your math pages, but around your math pages, I'll show you the speed drill. I know that you know what a speed drill looks like, but let me just show your parents and tell them how a speed drill works. So we're just doing speed drill 1 today. I'm not timing them right now. We usually go through and circle the teeny tiny T's, which we call the plus signs, because we don't want to be tricked. So when we add, our number gets bigger, and when we take away, our number gets smaller. So just do speed drill 1, and that will be it for today. Tomorrow you'll do speed drill 2. If you want to color your picture, you may, or you may color a little bit of your picture. I believe that is it for math. Yes, that is it for math today. So go ahead back to your workbook page and do the, oops, wrong side. Oops, wrong page. That was yesterday's. Go ahead and do 1 and 2, and then do the whole back of this page. All right, you can do it, and I will see you back for math tomorrow. Bye-bye.